How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, we've had a bit of an early start this morning with Fiji versus Scotland. Early, first thing, 4 a.m. Let's break it down. Fiji put in a stellar performance, beating Scotland 29-14, and well, well deserved. Honestly, I was quite disappointed with Scotland, and I was expecting them to put in a little bit more of a fight, but they were just marred by stupid mistakes, unnecessary fouls. Darcy Graham with the red card late on in the game, completely unnecessary. Things just things just did not fall Scotland's way, but it doesn't help that Fiji were such strong runners. Just at every single point, it just felt like the Fijians were stronger, faster. They were quicker to the ball. They were just they were just dominant. And it was one of those lovely, lovely games to watch because you're like, wow, the running was absolutely ridiculous. It was just absolutely ridiculous. Then what was his name? Winey Colo. Winey Colo was just Scotland could not handle him. He was so quick. His feet were just, the guy was just ridiculous. It felt like he was running, with butter all over him. But not only that, he was so powerful on the ball. It just felt like Scotland could do absolutely, absolutely nothing. And then the same thing for Ravovo. Ravovo, we've seen in the Premiership. He's such a strong, strong ball carrier. But today he just had that extra little bit about him. I don't know, it was just something about the Fijians. They just had that extra little kick, that the Scottish didn't. And at every point, it just felt like the Scottish were making unnecessary mistakes, unnecessary yellow cards, putting themselves back, and then playing up against the Fijians on a good day is hard enough. You know, Never mind going up against the Fijians with one man down multiple times through the game, and then to finish it off with Darcy Graham getting himself a red card at the end. I don't know. Um, this it just felt like the Scottish they started well. They got the points up early on the board, which was good. The Fijians took a little bit of time to get into the swing of things, but the Fijians just came back in the second half. Well, I say second half, late first half, and then the second half they just kind of took the game. They just took the game, and the Scottish could not handle them. They just really, really could not. And I mean, we see it by the stats here, So the Fijians with 4 tries, 2 conversions, 1 penalty. Big stat here: 158 carries to Scotland's 97. And then even then, turnovers lost. Yes, they did lose 12. But Scotland with 13 turnovers lost. Turnovers won 9 to Scotland's 4. Possession 58%. Territory 53%. And now, albeit the Scottish were far more defensive, especially in the second half, where the Fijians only got 97 tackles to Scotland's ridiculous 177 tackles. So that shows how much the Scottish were on the back foot and had to really defend up against the Fijians is ridiculous. I mean, like I was saying, Nicolo, he had 3 line breaks. He got bagged himself a try and 8 defenders beaten. It's just ridiculous. And then Joshua Tuisova, 19 carries. 19 carries. This was just absolutely, absolutely ridiculous. And this definitely did go to Fiji to really help their standings. And in the beginning of the game, I thought it was weird because I was taking a look at the stats and then I saw Fiji actually had a higher win probability than Scotland did. I'm like, that's not right. But obviously Scotland are missing quite a few players due to the Lions tour, but they did still have ridiculous players playing for them. They still had a lot of first team players. Where we're looking at Ferguson, Ritchie, Dodge, Kyle Rowe, Stain, Graham, Jordan, you know, Gilchrist. They still had a lot of their first team playing. So yes, they are missing some Lions, but a good portion of their squad is their first team squad. But I don't know, Fiji just had it on them all day, every day. So I'm gonna check how this is gonna affect the stats because I think going into this game, Scotland were seventh in the world rankings, and then Fiji they were either 9th or 10th in the world rankings. So it's going to be interesting to see. But this is definitely a very very big performance from Fiji, putting out a statement to show that they are still dominant. They can still they can still mix it with the best and really put a beating to Scotland. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are because I don't know. I feel the Scottish could have had a better game. Now, the Fijians they put on a lot of pressure on the they put a lot of pressure on um, on Scotland, and ultimately they forced a lot of errors. But the errors that I think ultimately caused their own demise was through their own making. It wasn't through the pressure from the Fijians. It was through stupid mistakes, coming offside, you know, tackling unnecessarily. Darcy Graham at the end, where he tackled early, so it's like they cause their own problems, you know. But obviously, we know how good of a team Scotland is. But tonight, the game was Fiji. Tonight, well, this morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, it was Fiji's game. So drop your thoughts in the comment section below. We are going to be trying to keep up with as much rugby as physically possible through the day. Wales is currently playing now. And yeah, I need to get me another coffee. So, guys, I'll catch you later. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you later.